Are we live?
I don't.
We are live.
It's 3:01. We're liars.
I don't see it.
I'm going to refresh.
I'm refreshing.
We are live.
Oh, we are live.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sick. Cool.
Maybe mute.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome.
It's like a few seconds behind. Hello, gamers.
Hi, gamers.
We made a film.
We made a film.
That's it. Go home. Oh, nice. Thank you, Mickey.
Yeah, so this is our film. So we're gonna introduce a little bit about ourselves because the film was only 3 minutes long, so we wanted this presentation to be slightly more than 3 minutes long.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
Maybe more.
So, hello everybody. I'm Ollie. If you guys don't know me, I'm a computer art major at SVA. I do a lot of 3D stuff. I'm currently on a gap year because didn't want to do online classes. So I'm kind of chilling at the moment. I'm at home. And yeah, so this film project started in May of this year. And I think like the plan was always to have like some sort of big project going on over the summer. So a bunch of us got together in a Discord server. We were like, what kind of thing do we want to do? So I came up with like a set of ideas and like a mood board over the weekend, and I presented it to people. And so we eventually started off with a group of 4 people, but then we grew like literally double the size in a couple of weeks. And I am so like literally just so thankful to everyone who came on this project and put so much work into it to make it look so good at the end. And I'm really proud of it. So yeah, and that's all about me. So I'll hand it over to Mav.
That's me. I am the Mav. Hello. I draw things. That's the thing I do specifically. I drew a lot of things for this. Mostly, actually, yeah, only character design. A little bit of prop design. But those are the things that I really like doing. And when I'm not doing that, I just kind of suck at video games. And that's it. Like I've been hanging out at home for 2 seasons now. It's killing me. I'm killing me. But we got stuff done, even though like spring semester, I think for everybody was kind of weird and kind of not bad, just hard. And it was hard to make stuff that was like of the same quality. It was really good to be able to do stuff over the summer that like we made a film. I have stuff that I can show. Like it's crazy. But that's about me. Now on to Heather.
Hello.
You.
Okay, there's someone echoing, Ollie? Okay. Alright. Hello, so I'm Heather. I'm a junior at SVA. What's it? Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous now. But
Okay.
yeah, so I actually came on this project in the middle of production. I was supposed to do another short film, but unfortunately that didn't work out. So joining the Outgrow team has been a great learning experience for me, and I'm very grateful for I don't know, this whole experience. Oh my gosh. I hope y'all enjoy. I animated some shots. Go look at it. Bye. End of it.
Hi everyone, my name is Deniz and I'm a rising junior of SVA, and my specialty is 3D modeling with an extra concentration on lighting and compositing. I love to create 3D projects, especially when I'm a part of such a dedicated and talented team. Thank you so much to everyone who joined, and I really hope you enjoy our short film, Outgrow. And up next is Ben.
What's up, gamers? I animated and I rigged on the film. It's lots of fun. Yeah, it was a good experience. You guys, here's my information.
Did bet end? Oh, I'm sorry. Um, Pleased to meet you.
Cheese to
To
meet
meet
you.
you. I'm a
Um,
rising junior. I mean, like we start school Monday, so I am a junior at SVA for Computer Arts. But interest in lighting and rendering. Everybody here is super ambitious. Made me a little like, oh my god, what am I doing here? I only light. But it was really awesome to work on a bunch of the concepts because Ollie has such a massive brain and his ideas are just so good. It's really cool that we could build on top of each other and really make this a thing. Other than that, like outside of this, I do illustrative work and I'm very invested in like very simple mobile games like Cookie Run. Now I'm gonna pass it on to Kaitlin. She's such a queen. It was her birthday recently, so happy birthday to her.
happy late birthday.
Yay!
Thanks. Okay, I'm a junior computer arts student, and I just animated some shots in the film. But this year I'm gonna really get into animation and rigging. um, Outside of 3D, I just like to design posters, or I've been doing more reading recently because there's literally so much time in my day. And I like to eat a lot. Uh, Also, I'm the co-founder and co-president of the Asian American Student Union, which is where I do a lot of the designing and the eating. With Nelson Mai, he's in the chat. And then yeah, I'm just really glad I got to work on this short film. It was like really amazing to see it come together, and it was a good use of our extremely, extremely long summer. And up next is Alex.
Hey everyone, again, I'm Alex. I am a junior at SVA and a CG generalist. Personally, I focus on modeling, lighting, and compositing. During my free time, I really enjoy playing as an imposter in Among Us. And most of my time, I love spending time working on my personal projects, as well as chilling with my friends. Working on Outgrow with the team was an amazing experience. I definitely learned a lot for the past 3 months while working on it. And thank you guys for coming in and checking our film.
All right. Hey guys, I'm Jacob. I wrote the music for Outgrow. I'm currently a senior at Lenox Memorial High School, and I mainly play percussion in orchestras around the Empire State region, in a few youth orchestras. This whole experience was pretty new for me. It was my first time really composing for animation in this style, but it was a lot of fun, and I'm really grateful to have had this opportunity and to work with all of these people. And so I really hope you enjoy the film.
Awesome. So I had to mute Discord chat because it was echoing weirdly, but this wanted to show us a little bit of concept, a little bit of like inspiration that we had behind the film. So like one of the first things we did was compile a lot of like stylistic inspiration that we wanted to go for. This particular illustration on the left really inspired like kind of our set design, and we kind of wanted to have be like a cutout of like a kind of dollhouse sort of thing. We also really like kind of like stop motion effect made in 3D, so like really realistic textures and realistic rendering style, but with like more of a stylized modeling approach. And so we also wanted to play with a lot of like optical illusions. So I compiled a lot of like MC Escher drawings, and then I made these sketches based off of those. Really wanted to play with scale, really wanted to play with like feel like too big or too small. And these are some more of my concepts. Looking back on these after the film is done, it's kind of crazy how much of this made it into the actual film. So I'm glad that like a lot of the original vision didn't get lost through production.
It's pretty crazy. Because I remember first going through this, and we were just kind of like, all right, we know what we want to do. Let's figure out how we want to like organize it and symbolize it. We were just throwing stuff at the wall for 2 hours at a time. It's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Like just throwing stuff, like doing a lot of brainstorming, doing a lot of like word maps, stuff like that. And so I think next up is Westine's concept, if they want to talk about that.
Honestly, I was just playing off Ollie. I think I added very much more of a creepy vibe to it, but I definitely focused more heavily on the lighting and shadows aspect of the entire film because lighting. Woo.
Nice.
Character. So Mav originally designed him and then passed it on to me, and I did somewhat of a turnaround. And we got a little busy in between summer, all of us, and then there was some accidents and we had to push around our schedules. So this is like what we could make do. I think our character was originally the character was very I would say was very based on Ollie's look. Would you
He was
agree?
also this lanky little boy. It's yeah. He started out very like we were just kind of like drawing like little baby boy, and I made him like in some of the other sketches because I just doodle it all the time. But he was this really like lanky, like nervous looking thing, and then I just passed it over to Westine, and I was like, "You figure it out." Because we knew what we were looking for in terms of like expressing character, because you want to be able to look at them and kind of know what they're about, especially in a film that doesn't have a lot of dialogue. But I think Westine, you and I think we got it there very well. I'm very happy with the final friend.
We were very much on the same wavelength.
Yes, absolutely.
And
I love.
Are we on the last slide? I'm not sure. Hello,
I think Mr. Ollie.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. It's okay.
Yes, this is all you, Westine.
Yeah, but
your
like
zone.
Okay, but previs, you have to credit previs where credit is due. Previs was from Kaitlin and Ollie, and Ollie just passed on the previs to me. All I did was just color it in. But yeah, it's just like I hope you guys see a lot of these colors as we're watching the film. It was very fun to do because it was my first time doing color keys for anything. Honestly.
You had to do a lot of them. Like a lot.
Well, but honestly, I can't have done lighting without also crediting Deniz and Alex, who did a lot of the really special work, especially in the corner left, right bottom one. Deniz did such an amazing job with that lighting. Honestly, it's still my favorite scene.
Thank you.
So when you guys watch it, I hope you feel the same. It's very heartwarming. You'll see it.
All right, awesome. So that was all we had for our concept. So without further ado, we'll put up the film. I hope you guys enjoy. And I think we're gonna have a short Q&A afterwards. So if you want to stick around, and we'll answer some questions.
You have to enjoy it.
He's been having a hard time at school lately. He just doesn't seem ready for it.
I am worried about him.
Do you think he's going to succeed?
I think he's going to have a hard time growing up.
Hello, everybody. Let me try and fix my audio settings so I can have both the.
Can they hear us?
Q&A. Yeah, Q&A.
Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna be questioning and answering.
I mean,
If you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. Why am I talking in a fucking British accent?
We do.
Big fan of the accent.
We do. Big accent head
oh,
myself.
someone said encore.
I will cry. I will cry into my mic. Um, Kaitlin, oh my god.
I'm
Just
looking
like
out
a
for questions.
line.
Yeah,
I
so
oh
If anyone has a question.
Yell, die. Oh,
How did you come up with the story from Nelson?
So that was like I just explored a lot of themes at the beginning. Like I made a big old like Photoshop document with a bunch of like ideas that I enjoyed. Um, I kind of strung them together in a way that kind of, and then I like organized them visually into like a line. So I was like, this is kind of like I want the emotional line of the story to go. And after that, it was a matter of like stringing together events that would fit those emotions. So it was very much like emotionally driven and then like characters and scene afterwards for me. But also it's like definitely like very much a collaborative thing. We had a lot of discussions about it.
yeah. Like a lot of it, and this was really fun, but towards the very, very beginning, like the first few weeks, everybody was kind of just bringing like their experiences because we were like, all right, we want to make a story about this, and our main character is gonna probably be this age. Like everybody basically put into the pot, talk about like your experiences, some stuff that you'd like to have conveyed in a film like this, and we kind of took everybody's experiences and just kind of like mushed them together into this, and then it was taking that and putting it into a visual form.
I think
But
what was funny. Oh, sorry. Did you?
no, you're all good. Don't worry.
Oh, I think what was funny was that we tried to use Aquario or something. It's like all of us drawing on a whiteboard
Oh my
all
god, yeah.
together online, but like it was such a mess. But we came up with a solid timeline because of that. It's awesome.
Yeah. So we have another funny question. But how long did Previs take, and what were the biggest challenges?
Joe Song
Joe
says.
Song, Joseph. And
Joseph.
I was not a part of Previs, but actually, shout out to Ollie for being the one to make like a huge timeline for us with every single phase of the production like marked out in a spreadsheet.
I really like making colorful spreadsheets. Y'all want to see my colorful spreadsheet?
It was beautiful.
Oh God.
Yeah, the folks who were in Previs Hell or Heaven would like to to elucidate on how that went.
Let me find my big old spreadsheet. Okay. Um,
What's it called? Like he did like he basically organized it. And for previs, it was pretty simple. We are just putting like the camera shots together, but like he already did the animatic. That's what's called. So
Yes.
I mean, he like already had ideas for all the shots, and then for previs, there's just me and Ollie, and we just created the shots from the animatic using like just a free rig, and then for like reference for later. So yeah, Ollie could probably speak on the animatic.
yeah. Sorry about the audio. I have to switch between Discord audio and something whenever I talk because for some reason it's feeding back in. But this is our big old spreadsheet. I think one of the like things that was the most unprecedented difficulty was just like animation schedule, which is why I'm so thankful that Heather came on board to help us out with that. Because previously we only had Kaitlin and Ben animating, and so yeah, so this is pretty much we started it like end of May, did a lot of like story, and then this schedule basically goes up till like 2 weeks into September, which is pretty much where we ended. And we stuck to it pretty well, which I'm really proud of, honestly. Yeah.
Nice that Ollie's leadership is what brought us here. He was very on
Yeah.
top of his stuff. He literally carried the entire team. He touched on every little aspect. He's not just a jack of all trades. He's like a master of all trades. So,
Oh
and then
God.
yeah, but like you are because he literally made this script that allowed the 2D animation to look like claymation. Like, how is that not incredible? He made the clay textures. He made all the textures, actually. And I think he should give himself more credit.
Yeah, we can beat him up if he doesn't.
Thank you.
It was fun. It was such an interesting experience because like you look a lot on like the like I guess more of the coding side where like you think a lot more I guess methodically than I do, especially when it comes to like setting up textures, setting up like lights, just setting up scenes. It's fascinating. And I think that fed a lot into like the final product and especially how it looked. Um, like animation wise, real spicy. Ollie is
Yeah.
absolutely too powerful. Scary.
Achieving the unique animation style. So we
Yeah,
sort of
Ben?
did the claymation sort of thing by animating entirely on 2s or sometimes 4s to make it look a little choppy with no splines or anything. So it would appear more like a stop motion animated film, like a claymation sort of thing. And I thought that was a really cool thing we did. Love animating like that.
Yeah, and if I remember, it also cut the render times in half, right?
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Wahoo!
Let's see. Um, how were you guys able to incorporate 2D elements into the animation so smoothly? Big brain moments.
2D elements. Like what?
You mean like the comping? Like the process of making the film was what's it? When it comes to like the final product was like the modeling, texturing, previs kind of at the same time, then animation, rendering, and then comping. So some of the stuff that may have looked like a little more 2D or like some of the like what's the word I'm looking for? Some of like the color keying. Um that all came afterwards and that is with the mighty hand of After Effects. And it is wonderful and beautiful and I I think we all live there now.
Yeah, for sure. Another thing that's sort of 2D-ish was the way that I rigged the mouth on the little boy. Instead of like a controller to control the shape of the mouths, I worked with Mav and we made a few different mouth shapes that I hooked up to the rig and hooked up to the visibility of each mouth shape. So I would do a little slider, and the mouths would change between the shapes. So that sort of has a 2D feel to it, or like a
Yeah.
replacement animation feel to it.
Yes. Everything was done with the thought in mind of like kind of how it was done like in real life with actual stop motion and then bringing that into a 3D plane.
Yeah, 100%.
And it looks real nifty. Let's see. I think there's another one. So instead of outgrowing in terms of maturity that has to supposedly come with age, the protagonist is
I think you
outgrowing the
skipped a
pressure.
question.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, no, I totally did. I can't read. I'm the illiterate one on the team. The one that I totally didn't look at because I can't read. What was everyone's favorite part of the process of making the film? I can speak for myself and say character design and character modeling because that was my first time like making a character model that wasn't just for my use. Like I was giving it to some other person. Like that's crazy.
So should we just go down like everyone down the line?
Yeah, sure.
So I guess we start with Alex.
Oh, so I think my favorite part in the process of making the film was actually I would say lighting and compositing was like my favorite part during the process. Yeah, I think.
I think my favorite part was honestly the rigging. As much as painful as weight painting is, I don't know, just doing that, the rigging and putting all that stuff together is really fun, especially with the replacement stuff. Like I had a lot of fun setting that up. It was a little creative time for me. Animation is also really fun too, but I had a little more fun rigging.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I think it's yeah.
Yes.
I don't
Cute.
know what my favorite. It was like I like animating in blocked style. Yeah, that was pretty nice.
So my favorite part was, I'm definitely gonna have to go with Alex here, was the lighting and compositing. As much as I love modeling, that was definitely my favorite part.
For me, definitely, I think I've always just really enjoyed texturing, even though there was like a lot of texturing to do. It was like once you get into a rhythm, it comes like really naturally. And I just like got into like a really deep flow for like a whole week and did a bunch of the textures, and that was a lot of fun actually.
And for me, probably since I'm still learning, obviously, I don't know all my tools like perfectly. I learned a lot more stuff with Animbot. For those who don't know, it's like a nifty tool to help quicken the animation process. But I also agree with Kaitlin. What's it? Animating in blocked stepped. That was pretty fun. Definitely cut down the animation process. But yeah, making the stickers was fun too. The credits at the end.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And Westine?
Um, my favorite part was obviously lighting, but I think what was much cooler is actually doing the color keys and then seeing it come to life because um we all had to, well, me, Alex, and Denise had to match it up to what I presented, and I realized, oh my gosh, I might not have drawn it too clear or sometimes, but I think they managed it so well that I'm a little jealous. um And again, I think my favorite wasn't even my part. It was just seeing Deniz fully realize that last scene with her lighting. That was like one of my favorite moments.
True,
The entire,
true.
because I was like,
You're
oh
so
my
cute, thank
god,
you.
it's real.
Yeah, no, seeing everything come together was like
Yeah,
so freaking cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
like your early shots of compositing, or like when we had to go through the animation, because when we went through the previs and then we were wondering how are we going to turn this into the actual animation. I think that was like the biggest hurdle to just see it fully realized, because I think we had it all modeled, but it's like every little step, it just felt like, man, can we actually do this? Just like internally. I don't think anybody said it, but I think what, am I wrong? I'm sorry, but I think we all truly trusted in each other, because it's like every week there was so much progress that you're just like, oh my god, it's really happening. It's crazy. Like every single week at the end of our meeting, we would be like, good meeting. Oh my gosh, it's coming together. And I think that's
Yeah.
truly my best, the best feeling I had in this, because, yeah, it's like,
It
wow,
happened.
it's
It
happened.
it
It
happened. It's
freaking happened.
like a
Because,
mini thesis.
Yeah.
yeah,
A
No,
yeah,
like
mini
actually no, an
thesis.
actual thesis. Yeah, let me let me
yeah.
amend that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also because we were just like sophomores coming into junior year. We just finished our foundations and we're doing this without any guidance. And it was awesome.
Freaking sick.
Heck yeah. Let me okay. Now
Another
I'll get to the one that
question?
I definitely thought was the one I was reading before.
Yeah.
Let's see. So instead of outgrowing in terms of maturity that it has to supposedly come with age, the protagonist is outgrowing the pressure, rather expectations, and decides to live the life he's supposed to. Yeah, that, and also kind of learning to trust in yourself, and like that kind. It's a little cheesy, but like everything will turn out okay. Like when you're a kid, everything seems really odd and strange and just kind of bizarre because you don't really have a frame of reference because you're so baby. But you have people to rely on. You have people that'll help you, and you'll help yourself along the way. I
Yeah, for sure. I think like the I think the ending is kind of open in that way, and like I wanted to have the images of like feeling like you're too big for your childhood room because like eventually you all kind of grow out of that. Like currently I'm living in my childhood bedroom, which is a trip, but yeah, it's like getting that feeling of like you don't know what you're going to become when you grow up, and you don't know whether you like what you will become when you grow up. And I think that's just, it's a really freaky feeling, but it's one that everyone can relate to.
Absolutely. And I think this is going to be our last one. But what valuable lessons did you learn during the production of Outgrow?
There were too many.
A lot of
Too
things.
many.
I think everyone like individually had their own problems to figure
Oh
out.
yeah.
There were a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
Yeah,
things written
definitely.
down.
Tell me about
I
it.
think the biggest problem was the hole in the ceilings. The hole in the ceilings. Like multiple ceilings. That
There
wasn't in the
was
film.
there was a lot, yeah. Like we it was mostly like making stuff work, and then like there was a lot of back and forth. Like someone would be animating, for example, and they'd be like, "Hey, this thing is floating," and someone would have to go in and fix it, and then basically give the scene back to
Yeah,
be like reloaded into the file, and then it's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this isn't
Yeah.
working. Hey, the rig is doing this thing."
Yeah,
Oh,
they
not
fixed
on
the
my end.
rig.
And then
Yeah.
Fixed the rig like
sometimes,
probably 15 times.
yeah, no, and sometimes the textures wouldn't even come up. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you had to set them up again, and then
Yeah.
like everything would turn gray, and you're like, no!
Yeah, and I hate texturing. I don't want to mess with that stuff.
Yeah, me too.
That's my game. I love me love texture. But Maya is a finicky beast, and I do not. And I love it, but it doesn't love me. It'd just do things sometimes, and you're just like, I don't know why. Like when I was making the older main character, the one in the chair, and I gave it to the group, and I was like, here you go, here's this for shots, and they're like, yeah, the skin isn't connected, it's just staying in a T pose. I'm like, oh, I don't know why that's happening. Oh no. But we fixed it all. Every single problem got fixed, no matter what, no matter how early or late it was.
True.
You have to persevere and give yourself a lot of time to fix those problems, because they'll always happen, but they always have solutions.
Yeah.
Also,
Valuable.
like,
That's definitely learns time management things for sure.
time management and also like communicating with each other. I think like having group meetings
Definitely.
so that everyone is on the same page.
Yeah, that was definitely really good. We met once a week. Very
Every
sick.
Friday.
We never canceled a meeting. It was crazy.
We never, not even once, even when we didn't have that much to talk about, like, we still met. We met yesterday, like... This is gonna be the first week we'll be going without talking to each other. I'm gonna feel, like, lonely and sad
my
on, like,
God,
every
that's-
Friday.
I'm gonna be so sad.
Yeah!
We can still meet.
No,
I'm just gonna
no,
join.
we can't. You go back into your genie bottle and you disappear when the project's over. We're not friends anymore. But no, seriously, like, we spent quarantine with each other. Like, it's crazy. We're inside most of the time. If it's me, all of the time.
Yeah.
I've gone out as many times as I can count on one hand in the summer, but we did it. It just, you gotta talk to each other, and we did, and it was such a firm schedule that it kept you in line. It was good. It made things happen.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Absolutely. Let's see. Joseph Sung.
Finally,
You
something
can tell I
for
know
Jacob.
people when I read their.
Yeah, I think this would be the last.
Yes.
one.
This is the last.
This is what, yeah, like you said, it's more for Jacob. But what was the process on the music? How long did it take to decide on it? Well, we grabbed Jacob out of thin air. Ollie, I believe that was through you, right?
Yeah, so Jacob is well, actually, you can speak on this, Jacob. You know my brother Ben through SEO.
Oh, he unmuted himself, but
He doesn't exist anymore.
Jacob?
Oh god.
Jacob?
He was in our brains the whole time.
Oh,
Yes.
Alright.
Love Discord.
Yeah, so I knew Ollie's brother through this youth orchestra in Albany. And so they picked me up pretty early for this process, and I worked entirely from the previs to compose like a rough draft of the soundtrack.
Yep.
He's not allowed to exist. He keeps getting ripped from reality. Oh no.
Too powerful.
Too powerful. Too good at the musics. He's our little percussionist boy. But like, man, it was, I will say from our side of trying to describe music to him, it was very like, I kind of want it to sound like this, but not like this. And he just kind of had to like work with that.
Am I back?
Yes, you
Yes.
are. Hello.
I have no idea what is happening.
It's all good. I was just talking about how we kind of gave you, well, you got the previs, which was just gray. Like,
Right.
and we gave you like, oh, we kind of want it to sound like this, and like, go. We just let you free with it basically for like a few weeks.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of interested from like the music production like point of view, like seeing just the previs at first and then seeing it develop and like adjusting the music to that. Like it's not easy, I feel like. Is his mic out again?
My God, he can't exist on this plane of
Our free
reality.
trial has
Oh,
expired.
Yeah.
Free trial of Jacob Fanto has ended.
I
I
laughed
hate
at
this.
that.
Oh no. This has been the tune of my life for the past year. It's gonna be coming up on a year soon. That's awkward. Quarantine is forever, baby.
All right, I think yeah, that's it for our Q&A. So I'm gonna put up the film again because I heard some people requesting an encore. So, and then the video is up, will be up permanently on YouTube and Vimeo, and we can link both of those in the chat right now. So if you guys want to send to your friends, and yeah, I hope you like it.
He's been having a hard time at school lately. He just doesn't seem ready for it.
I am worried about him.
Do you think he's going to succeed?
I think he's going to have a hard time growing up.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming and watching.
Butts off for it.
Have a good weekend.
Have a good. I don't wait. What day is
Bye
it?
bye.
It's Saturday.
It's
Goodbye.
fall.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.